Hi, this is part two of the meditation on insomnia and panic attacks and anxiety. Um, I did a meditation and got incredible healing over maybe 2 week period, and it was something that I felt like I couldn't do without, and I did not want to take medication. Where this came about, where I learned the meditation, part of it was something that I improvised, and part of it was things that I studied for many, many years. And that's basically that I was connected, or I had done meditations where I got in touch with this incredible energy that surrounds everything. I knew about this, and I'm pretty sure that you've had some experiences, or you wouldn't be listening to this. Similar type of experiences. So I was basically familiar, but I also realized that when I did meditation, I was in groups, and there was a lot of light there. There was problems inside. There was pain in my stomach and my abdomen, and I wanted to really become whole and work these out. So over a period of time, I became familiar with the concept and idea that we create thoughts and emotions that are not in harmony with this energy, this force, this chi energy or prana energy that surrounds all creation. We're sort of like in a sea. Some people call this consciousness, but it's like an envelope or sea that we live in, but we're separated. The human state, I believe, is separate or not aligned with this force. And it's because of the Easterns might call it karma, but it's that we have misused a lot of the energy. Misused in the sense that we have a lot of thoughts and emotions which aren't life-giving, which aren't life-promoting, which, range the gamut. They'd be called negative emotions. Well, these get stored in the cells, and I was familiar with that. And so when I was in a panic attack, I really was in a state of I need to find a solution. I can't sleep. I've got to work. This is this is taking over my life. I had to find a solution. I had, at the time, nobody to go to. So what I did was basically look at not fighting, relaxing the emotions, the fear, the emotions that are painful, the pain in my body, which normally you just want to not feel. You do whatever you can. Some people will take, drugs, they'll drink, watch TV, anything that they don't have to feel it. Well, I came to the position and that not to have resistance or conflict. At the same time, I needed something that was strong. I did not want to get mowed over by these incoming intense feelings. I didn't want to get drowned in them. So I needed some strength. And that's where the access to the higher energies that you have experienced, I'm sure, and you have talked and read about. Most of you have. I basically became an open door for those energies. It's kind of like I went into prayer and I opened myself up. I also relaxed. That was the meditation. To first relax and breathe, connect. Feel what's happening and not be afraid. Be in a mindset where this cannot harm me. I'm feeling this. I can feel it. I don't have to be basically taken over by these feelings. I can feel it, but I also need a strength, and that's where the higher energies came in. So I was in prayer. I asked for them for assistance and for to come in, and I relaxed and opened up. It was a type of surrender, is what it was. And it's non-duality, non-conflict. I accepted the emotions. I did not fight them. But at the same time, I opened the door for more or less the opposite, the higher energies. When I did that, I just allowed. I allowed this state to be what it was. And I was wanting to get to sleep. I was wanting ultimately for the anxiety to go away or the panic to go away. And when I was doing this, I find my mind didn't become overactive. What happened is I was just in these intense feelings. kind of on the one hand, I was feeling intense fear and panic. On the other hand, I was feeling the light. And I found that it seems like that's not possible, but it was very possible. So I did this for, I don't know how long, maybe a half hour, maybe more, maybe an hour, but eventually I just went to sleep. Didn't have the problem for the rest of the night, and then the next night happened and I got the panic. I woke up in the middle of the night, I had the panic, did the same thing. I did this for maybe 10 days. You know, it would come up and go away. Eventually, what happens, it basically stopped. I did not have panic or anxiety. And this was a big breakthrough for me, because this meditation of allowing what is there, not fighting anything, not trying to be in a state that we're not, but at the same time surrendering to a higher energy and welcoming that in and moving away from the mind and into the feeling body. This is something that could be applied in many situations besides fear. It could be applied to all emotions that aren't wanted, to situations that aren't wanted, to the pain of loss, and many things. And so it was a tremendous gift. But more than that, what happened was that I began to connect with the higher spirit. It's sort of like I opened the door, because that all those blocks, the fears that were inside, the anger and whatever that I had accumulated from just living on this earth as a human experience, were beginning to dissolve. And when they dissolved, that higher energy flowed through. It flowed through like a Tai Chi, and it made my experience of spirit so strong. And it's gotten to the point where I just feel life being so beautiful. And it would never have happened if it weren't for facing those blocks, facing those difficulties, those where the energy of spirit can't flow through and it becomes painful and it lodges in the body. Once that was healed, there was nothing there. It was just pleasure, basically moving through. It's a process. It wasn't something that happened overnight, but I think for me, as well as many of you, this was something we came into. We wanted to heal. We wanted to grow. I wanted to know God. I wanted to know enlightenment. I read about it at an early age of yogis and whatnot, but I wanted to know. I wanted to find that root. And I feel like I've done that to a degree. Life is a journey and it's still going on, but I find, my God, I don't go back to those states. I feel pleasure in my body, and it doesn't take much to feel that. Anyway, I wanted to share that, and I hope that this helps, and I look forward to the next time. Thank you.